Hey guys, welcome to Konky's couch. It's me, Konky. This is my couch. Here it is. Hello, we're on the couch, but not really. It's digital couch. You guys are on the couch as well. It's a giant couch. Welcome in. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with me, my name's Steve or Konky. Both are synonymous. You can call me either. I like doing talk shows, a lot of which are centered around like sharing experiences in life. And I haven't been openly talking about this for, I guess, a number of reasons. But the main reason is just because I never really like had an outlet to do so. So for those of you guys who are just finding out right now, this is that we're a mature channel, right? And I've been using cannabis for a long time, and I find that it benefits my life. And the people that I tend to run into or vibe with tend to be very open-minded and may have partook in this substance in the past. And as you can imagine, I've spent a lot of nights with friends and family, even having silly conversations, having conversations about life. And a lot of that has occurred on a couch. Yeah, that's what this show is about. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is just casual conversation while indulging in some cannabis and probably sharing some life experience. And so as cannabis does, it opens up our minds, and then we just kind of like, I don't know, we talk about weird shit. It's how we got the title of the show. It's how the name of the show happened. It's a magical thing. So if you have any questions or whatever, and you're worried about your stuff getting missed, I have a queue open. Just !Q, type your anecdote or question, and if we miss it in chat, like if Keebz or Ghoul don't see it in chat and it goes up into the abyss of the top, don't worry, we can still get to it near the end of the show. And let's just get into introductions. Keebz, you want to go first?
Oh, why you gotta make me go first?
Ghoul, you want to go first?
No, Keebz goes first.
Oh shit!
This is great.
Fuck, this is when Ghoul gets up and leaves the class because she doesn't like doing this either. So I'm gonna just do it how I always do it, and anytime anyone asks me this, I'm just gonna read my Twitter bio. I'm just your average lesbian gay elf that likes to boop, and apparently I'm a walking meme. And I aggressively love people, so that's all I got for ya.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Ghoul, your turn.
I just want to first say that I think that Keebz cheated, because you just read your Twitter. Fine.
Twitter.
That's no.
Your Twitter bio. You just read your Twitter bio and be okay.
Listen.
Your Twitter bio all the time.
Listen, you have seen enough of podcasts and like talk shows that I've been on, and I literally do the same thing, and because you know I hate doing this, so it's just easier for me. All right, way to call me out. Damn.
Thank you for telling me a little bit more about yourself. So I'm Ghoul. I am a horrible streamer in the fact that I haven't done it for 2 months, but I make some stupid Twitter content, usually when I'm high, which happens to be a lot. It's not my fault. And I do art. Okay, thanks.
Very good at the art.
Very good at the art. That was actually my first I actually met you in person before digital meeting, because you were giving a picture to Luxie and Bean, and I was just like, dude, you fucking drew that shit? It was crazy. I was like, that was my first introduction.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, that's me?
Yeah, it was you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was right next to me when you saw me and you were too scared to come talk to me.
Yeah.
I think I have a picture of you then.
Probably.
You
yeah.
do. You have a picture of like my leg. You do.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You showed
I have
it
a
to me.
picture
We've
of
had
all
this
three of them.
conversation.
No, but a picture of Konky.
Oh, there's double
Oh.
audio? God damn it. Wait. How was there double audio?
Mm.
Wait. Keebz, tell me a small story about a snack you like to eat.
A small story about a snack. Well, my snack is in I almost said Colorado. She's definitely not in Colorado.
Oh my
She's
God.
definitely in Canada right now. So fuck. I'm gonna go die now. It's just so. You know what I meant. Listen, I'm fucking high.
No. I want to remind you of the question. A snack you like to eat.
Yes, cool.
You haven't tasted it.
I think I fixed it. I fixed it.
What the fuck? God damn it.
Is it fixed?
Oh shit.
Is it fixed?
You would like to. It would be more of a.
We good. I fixed it. Okay, I'm a genius.
All right, Ghoul. All right,
done.
pop off, Ghoul. God damn.
Okay.
I like grilled cheese. There's a snack that I've had in
Grilled
my
cheese?
mouth. All right. Damn.
What? That's a weird way to describe it. That is a snack I've had in my mouth for sure. Top 10. Well, thank you guys. Also thanks for agreeing to do the show with me too. Like, I know this was like, I don't know, this was our first. We talked for like 2.5 hours or so the first time we were like kind of. I was pitching this, so thank you guys for coming on the show and spending time with me and also indulging with me.
You don't have to thank us for being your friend. I wanted to be
But
your
I have to
friend.
thank
I
you
was too
for-
intimidated.
What? Intimidated? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. You're like this confident talk show man that's like super neat.
It's
And
the
I was
mustache.
like-
It's the
Yeah,
mustache.
it's the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually, this is not the first time I've heard that, and a lot of it had to do with, I originally started with like a science talk show, and like, so when I remember when I was reaching out to people to like come onto the show and talk with me and stuff, they were like, I'm not smart enough to be on your show. And I was like kind of set improper expectations, I guess. But that's just perception, Keebz. I'm really a big goof ass.
Yeah.
But no, I have to thank you guys for at least like wanting to do the show with me. It's one thing to like hang out on Discord and like talk about this stuff, but like actually coming on here and like indulging and sharing your experiences and stuff it's appreciated. Like the reason why I do this is because I really feel like by sharing your own personal experiences, it creates like it's like that whole you are me living a different life thing. Like that's the thing that I try to like keep at the forefront of my mind is whenever I'm talking and sharing experiences with friends, whether they're silly or stupid or like we're elaborating on some like over the weekend I had the concept of, after indulging, I was like well, I want to make like a business that focuses specifically on Michaels, not like people named Michael. And then I was like, we got to corner this Michael market. I was like,
very niche market.
Yeah, niche market for Michaels. Yeah. I was like, that's it. Those sort of ideas only happen when you're like indulging and hanging out with friends and you're just playing off each other. And we had a whole lot of that. So that's why I wanted to thank you, Keebz. Okay?
Okay.
Thumbs up.
I'm high. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let me help you. Let me help you. So I wanted to kick off with this conversation always is interesting to me, but it has to do with your introduction to cannabis. Do you guys have like a story behind that? It doesn't need to be amazing. I'm not expecting like an amazing story. I feel like most people's stories around it are like really lackluster when they first start, but sometimes, I don't know, they're interesting. Any of you guys want to share?
I think Ghoul should go first.
Sure. So, I grew up in a really small town in the mountains, and there was nothing to do. So every kid smoked weed. And I remember learning my sister smoked weed, and I was really jealous. And finally, she offered to smoke it with me. I was fairly young, and we went out on the back deck. And she, lit up the bowl, and I took a hit. And I remember her, I remember her telling me this, and it has stuck with me for years, thinking it was a fact, and it's a lie. She told me that weed suppresses your gag reflex, so you can't puke.
What?
Because I told her I felt like I was gonna be sick, and she lied to me and told me that weed makes it so you can't puke. So for years, if I felt nauseous, I would smoke weed.
But honestly, it helps with your nausea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like last year I mentioned that to her, and she was like, "Oh no, I must have lied to you." So.
But she stopped you from puking.
She did, but she didn't stop me from passing out.
Okay. Well,
My
that's-
vision
yeah.
like pinpointed, and then suddenly I woke up and she was just sitting on top of me. And she's like, "You passed out." I was like, "Oh." And then she just sat there.
Wow.
And we were like, "Okay, can you get off?" And then we went inside and watched Little People Big World for 3 hours.
Little People Big World. I'm not familiar. Is it a show?
It's a show about a family of little people that
In a big world.
own a farm.
Okay. I literally
Yeah,
thought you were going to
somebody
say
knows
that to
that
me just to
show.
be an ass. I was like anticipating. You could have been like, you easily could have done it.
Essentially.
Yeah. What about you, Keebz? What was your like introduction to cannabis?
Well, it was quite an interesting story. I was at my aunt's wedding at the beach, and my brother and I went for a walk, and he's like, "Keebz, you wanna smoke the ganja?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Oh yeah.
So we walked across the street, and we walked down. There was like a parking lot with like a bathroom. So we saw some people just chilling there. Don't ever go up to random people when you're at the beach, cause like
What do you
in the
mean?
middle of the night, just like these. To any normal person, they were a little sketchy. Okay.
Okay,
It was, like,
okay.
middle of the night, sketchy people. Just
How
chilling
late
on-
we talking?
It was like 11 o'clock.
Okay. That's when like
10,
the sketchy
11
people are like, "Oh, it's time."
Yeah, it's not like families at this
Right.
parking lot. It's people getting into some trouble. So we go up and we ask them for a light. Next thing I know, I'm in their car with my brother going to the gas station that's walking distance, and you can see from the parking lot. And we go and buy alcohol, and we come back to the bathroom, and we're standing there smoking the ganja. And my brother looks up, sees a cop coming, and he's like, "Keebz, come with me." And we walk to where the bathrooms are. He puts the alcohol down, and we walked over the little hill and just walked down the beach casually, like nothing happened. We just kept walking for what seemed like hours. It really wasn't. I was just really high.
And
And
freaked
we
out
sat
probably.
there. I mean, yeah, a little bit. And we sat there in the dark and like looked up at the stars for a little bit. It was probably only like 15 minutes, gonna be honest, but it felt like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then we walked up the little hill, and we had happened to walk to where the gas station was, and we looked back down the road to where we were just at, and they were getting arrested. And I was like, "Oh shit." And then we went back to the hotel room. My brother gave me a Snickers and told me to listen to Dave Matthews, and I went to sleep.
How was Dave Matthews?
It was great. I love Dave.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time. And your brother kept you like, he protected you in that sense of just like guiding the experience. You weren't like clued in on the whole cops thing, or was that like?
Oh no, I knew
you
everything
knew.
that was
Okay,
going
okay.
on. He was just protective because he didn't want to get in trouble. So,
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
like I can't recall a moment where like I had to like lie to make sure nobody freaked out about like the scenario we were in. I can't recall a story like that. And mine was super lackluster for me. Like my cannabis introduction was like a house party, which was crazy. There was like this one house where their parents were out like every other weekend, and they would have like 20 people like over, which it doesn't sound like a lot. I guess it wasn't like a big house party, but enough to like,
Pretty big.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
20
The whole
20
house, there
people
was
is
a,
pretty big.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I don't know. It's hard to say because I was always in like hanging out with. I tried to, in those big party environments, you're always trying to like stick with who you know. Like I don't know anybody
Yeah.
else, Like I'm trying to be comfortable and cozy with my boys. And yeah, I walked outside and it was like, I saw my friend smoking weed and I was like, dude, you're gonna die. That's. I was like indoctrinated, like
So aggressive.
yeah, it was like because he smoked cigarettes and he was also smoking weed, so like my mental like space during that time was like, dude, that's not cool, blah blah blah. And then of course as the night went on, I tried it too, and I was like, well, it wasn't so bad, but I didn't really feel anything. I feel like I didn't really see any benefit for a long time. For me, I didn't find it pleasant until I want to say like near the end of college. It took me a long time to get like reacquainted with it. because it was more of like a, I don't know, for me it was like it was almost like a distraction, like something that I would easily go to. Like I would say during that time period I was like an abuser of cannabis, where like it was just all the time because I was working at Best Buy and miserable. You know,
It's valid.
but hey, if I get to talk for 6 hours to people who were like coming in there, I had like regulars, so we would just talk about video games the whole time. I was like that Steve kid's super nice. That was it. That was like so it's always been like video games and weed have been like kind of tied together for me. Yeah, but introductions, those are always so weird. I like that story a lot, Keebz. And also for the Starry Night Sky stuff, like, was that something that you distinctly remember as just like a really nice portion of that experience?
That would probably be the only nice part, except for the Snickers and Dave and being back in my room. Yeah.
So I guess that kind of leads us to like the next question is like, what are some of your favorite things that you like to do when you do indulge? Like, music's got to be one of them, right?
Yes.
Look at her hands.
I love me some music. You don't understand how much I love me some music. You can ask Ghoul, you can ask Lurk, anyone who talks to me privately. Like, I will send you music instead of like actual words to communicate with you, because like sometimes I'm just bad with words. So I'm like, have a song. This is how I feel. There you go. I've got hundreds of like playlists and shit.
That's awesome.
I love me some music.
Okay, so like music, is that like your main thing that you like to pair with it? Obviously snacks are one thing, but
Yep, pretty much.
do you have like certain vibes during like time periods, or are you just kind of like all over the place with like what you choose to listen to and like focus on?
Well, one day I might be listening to the Kooks, and then the next day I might be feeling Lil Wayne. You just never know. Like, I'm all over the place.
Okay. And are you like, do you have playlists like for moods, or are you like a whole album sort of person?
I got mood playlists.
I've never like had that mentality. Like I know it sounds weird, but I very seldomly like make my own stuff. I'm usually just like, if it's the whole album, it's the whole album, and I will listen to the whole thing.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I did it for so long until Spotify came into my life, and I was like, this is a whole new world.
So those playlists, are you making them, or is it more like the experience of you being introduced to music and then like playlists that other people have made?
It's all playlists I made.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I got a command in my chat that will give you a link to my Spotify that has all of my like public playlists.
Okay.
Yeah, I love me
Fancy.
some music.
Okay. I gotta follow you on Spotify then and grab some playlists, because that was something that I got introduced. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm so one-track mind. Like, usually because the internet has so much shit on it, like usually when I go to find something, it's because I have a purpose for it, but like I try not to get lost in it all, because then what ends up happening is I go down a rabbit hole and I don't know, I learned something that is fucking useless to me. It's not like an actionable thing. Yeah. Which is I guess another thing that we talked about too, like with the whole conspiracy theory thing, but we can talk about that a little bit later. Ghoul, what do you like to pair with like cannabis? I'd assume art is a really big one.
No,
okay.
because I can't focus on a drawing normally, and so if there's weed involved, I'm gonna take 2 hours to do it would normally take 5 minutes, and then just stop.
Okay.
I like to play video games, mainly Call of Duty, because otherwise I'm gonna get, I don't know, I'm bad at it if I'm not high.
Is it because it's chaos? Like, it's hard to like keep your mind on track with like what you're doing, or is it like, what's the feeling? Like, what are the different feelings that you go into games with, like where you would pair that? Is it like focus, or what is it? What would you describe it as?
Well, with like Call of Duty, I'm too in my own head if I'm not high. But I found out that when I smoke, I kind of just bum rush everything.
Okay.
And if you're playing in a way that makes no sense, the enemy's not gonna know what you're gonna do.
Oh, gotcha. So it's for the unpredictability.
Yeah. And it works out really well.
That's awesome. Okay. So you play differently. You play entirely differently. That's kind of cool. Yeah. No, I can relate to that too. There's some like Overwatches like that. It's like a puzzle that's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if like I would love to know like if man, you're gonna have to stream Call of Duty because I gotta see. You should do like an experiment where you're like, okay, this is me playing, no cannabis, all right, and then you're like, okay, we're ready.
Let's go.
And then we're just like, okay, this is from this point on. Let's see what happens. Because I've seen you post. Like I don't play Call of Duty just because I keep circling back to like, oh, I think I'll get it because it looks cool. People are having fun. And then somebody's like, dude, it's 200 gigs, bro. And I'm like, fuck.
It's freaking huge.
I know. It's
like
what keeps me.
I had to delete
no.
Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man and Destiny, and there was no room.
Yeah, see, that's what stops me from doing it. But I'd be interested to see like how active your ability to like play differently is, like what routes you take. Like I don't know, because to me, like I become more open-minded. Like it's not routes. Yeah, there are no routes. There is no spoon. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah, music for me is probably like the biggest one. Keebz. Video games is like I don't know, sometimes it's like too much. Like I can't play like a horror game.
No.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Because like, I'm there, you know?
It has to be a mindless thing that you don't have to pay attention to, or really stupid TV.
Really stupid? Really? What do you watch that's stupid that you pair with it?
It might not be that bad, but it felt kind of bad. I binged all of Warrior Nun.
I saw some fucking combat. I saw like a fight scene.
It wasn't that bad, but it was still fairly dumb, and there's so much narration and exposition. Oh. But like, I'm not sure how good it would be sober, but it wasn't bad.
Okay.
On the weed.
I believe that. I mean, I like stupid ass movies like Kung Pao, like Enter the Fist, and like the other guys and shit. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those.
No, but those are like good stupid movies. I'm talking about like poorly acted. This plot doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
I love it.
I haven't really watched a whole lot like that.
There was like some sci-fi. I don't even know where it was. It was on Netflix, but it was like this girl who's from like 100 years ago, somehow goes to the future, and she's like just in a ballet academy, and there's like people hunting her through time, and
what?
It's just bad.
What is it?
And it's the best thing.
Oh my goodness.
I loved it.
Okay. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think I've ever like so you're that's I never really thought about that. It's like purposely bad. It's good.
Oh yeah.
I guess The Cube. Have you guys ever seen The Cube? Or is it just called Cube? It's a sci-fi movie. It's a sci-fi movie. Like, oh, you know about it? Okay.
Yeah, where they get stuck in a cube.
Yeah. It's like some sort of a science experiment or whatever. But like, my sister's like, you gotta check out this sci-fi movie Cube. She was like trying to hype me up about it. I was like, this sounds stupid as hell. Cube 2, Hypercube. Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
So she's like, just watch the trailer and then we'll decide if we're gonna if we're gonna watch it. And then I know she's yelling this 100%. So God damn it, Christina. So she has me watch the trailer. The trailer's like 6 minutes. It's like fairly long, and it does the whole movie. Yeah. And she's like, well, now you don't need to watch it. Like it explained all the even like the puzzle solving. There was like a cut where they're like, it's prime numbers, and then they just like cut, and there's just like traveling through rooms and shit. It's so silly. Cube 4 cubed. Are these Cubaloo? Shut up. Cube 5 Cubaloo. Okay. There's got to be somebody. I'd imagine that's probably like how they come up with movie titles. Is they probably just sit in a room and smoke a doob and talk it out.
I mean, that's how we came up with your title, so
that's true.
It's a great title.
It is, yeah.
both titles.
Shout out to
right?
Lols Nina for doing the fucking logo. That shit
Hell
is
yeah.
beautiful.
Could we just make a company where we just make titles? And then
Oh
Yeah.
my
buy
god,
the
let's
title
fucking
off
do
of
it.
us?
Is that a thing?
We'll title. We'll be the titlers.
The titlers.
The titlers! Yeah.
The titlers. Nobody take this movie idea, okay? This is patented. Original content. God damn. The titlers,
We're gonna
dude.
be rich.
Title fight? Ooh, that's good. That's good. Keep
Ooh,
them
yeah,
coming.
yeah,
Keep
yeah.
them coming.
Yeah, it's title time.
Write this down real fast.
Yep. Get your
Make sure to put
notepads.
context with it this time,
Yeah.
so we know.
No context.
What was? Can you show everybody the sticky note you wrote?
Yeah, I showed stream those earlier today. I was like, we're gonna try to figure out the context of the sticky tonight on Konky stream. So
What happens
show
when they
up,
die?
so-
Who's they?
Yeah.
What is that? You guys mentioned it before. It's like beings,
Yeah.
like living in beings. What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the conspiracy theory thing.
Can I just say though, I was slightly worried for just a second when you showed me that, because I was like, "Are you gonna kill me?"
Yeah. There's a
What
lot of
happened
ambiguity with that
before
sentence. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You told
It's
me
like,
to write
is this a
sticky,
threat?
so I wrote your name and then fucking underlined it because you're the
But
one that
no
told me to
context.
write it. If Konky was like, Keebz, write it down, I would have wrote Konky. What happens when they all die?
But now we're left wondering. So wait, let's revisit this idea because we didn't even talk about it. What was the initial idea that you wrote that down for?
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, you did. It's your idea, so you tell it. I don't know why I'm pointing, but I'm pointing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're just booping.
So I forgot how to make words. Hang on. Okay. So you know how like there's teeny tiny little microorganisms living inside of our body and doing all these things and like having lives, making friends.
Yes.
Do you think that they have any idea that they are inside of a bigger organism? Probably not. And there's so many parallels between things that happen in our bodies and things that happen out in the universe. Like the structure of a universe itself looks like the structure of a cell with a nucleus. And so what if we are microorganisms in a much, much bigger organism?
I think I said this when
Like-
we talked, but isn't that Earth?
That's osmosis, Johns.
Oh shit.
But like, what if Earth is like comparable to an atom in a bigger living creature that we're inside of?
Right.
Like the planets are the atoms inside
But it's
something
imperceivable.
else.
Unperceivable? Imperceivable? No idea. Apologies,
I
everyone.
don't know.
We could use some help. Imperceptible. Thank you. Inconceivable.
If there's little people in our bodies, what happens when we die? Do they die?
Maybe a little part of them dies.
Oh,
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think, I don't know why I thought of this. I feel like every time I think about something stupid, it's always related to something SpongeBob related. It's have you guys seen the episode where SpongeBob loses his name tag and he's trying to relive his day to find his name tag and he tastes Gary's food?
I mean, I've watched a
Yes?
lot of SpongeBob, but I don't know every episode, so
Okay.
no.
Let me do this. There it is. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound familiar at all?
No.
No. Oh, was that SpongeBob?
Yeah, it was.
I
He, like-
forgot what we were
Do I
doing for a
get 20
second. I'm not
points?
gonna lie.
I know. It took me a little bit. I thought
I was like,
of
wait.
basic. We talked about we talked about an organism dying, and then like, does that affect the bigger organism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yeah.
the way I was thinking about it was in relation to a SpongeBob meme, which is when he like licks the snail po, which is Gary's food. She's like, I wonder what it tastes like, and he licks it, and then he like blah, and then he blez so hard that there's like a meeting occurring in like a different part of Bikini Bottom that the blah has like dissipated to, and there's a person in a conference room in the meeting for this snail food that's like troubled, and then his coworker's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I don't know, I sense a disturbance." That's what I think. That's what I assumed it would be like. Does that make sense? No? All right, cool.
I'm gonna be real honest with you, Konky. You lost me at SpongeBob.
I saw the blank face and I was like, shit, dude. Only real SpongeBob fans will get it. See, everyone gets it. Everyone who's a SpongeBob, yeah. My sister gets it. Meggles gets it.
Listen, I mean, I might get it if I was not so high, but I'm pretty high.
Ghoul, do you get it, or is it just stupid?
What happens when we die? Well, I think that it's probably something like that one mailroom guy at the snail factory in SpongeBob.
Yeah. Exactly, yes. It's just like, I sense a disturbance, and that's about it. It's not a big deal.
Wow.
Is everybody high? I have no idea what you're talking about. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. That's it. We're just talking about it. Right, Keebz?
Yeah.
we had some questions related to the cereal you have on your desk. Cool. What you got there?
Chex. Blueberry. By Chex.
Blueberry by
Hashtag
Chex.
not sponsored.
It's
really
blueberry by Chex. Do they come in?
Yeah.
Do they come in squares like that, like 4 squares, or are they individual pieces?
I mean, if you put them side by side,
That's Big Brian.
they're Chex. Have you never had Chex?
Are you obsessed with blueberries?
I have.
No.
They have antioxidants. Enhance. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. They're speckled like blueberries. Do they taste like
They have
blueberries?
holes in them. This one's not coated. This one is.
Okay, so they're coated in blueberry juice.
Yeah.
Favorite snack? What, you don't like blueberries?
I mean, I love blueberries, but blueberry juice, Konky?
What do you mean? You're the one over here saying ear holes and shit. You gravitate towards blueberry juice? You're like, juice? Ugh.
All right, you're right.
Yeah. No worries. Blueberries are purple. Why is it all in caps? You okay?
Don't start it, chat. Don't fucking start it. People from my stream, don't you
No,
dare
no.
bring that in here.
Blueberries are either very, very, very dark blue or purple, depending on the strain. Or you can have pink blueberries that are pink lemonade.
Thank God Ghoul's a
What?
blueberry expert.
What do you mean they're
My
pink
mom
lemonade?
My mom has a bush of pink lemonade blueberries, and they are pink on the outside.
But do they
And they
taste
don't
like
taste
pink
quite like-
lemonade?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
Wouldn't they be pink
They're
berries?
really good.
pink berries? Yeah, I guess so.
But they're like actually blueberries. I also have chicken wings.
Ooh,
Wait, what? Is it from that? Wait, is it the same
Mm.
chicken wing place with the really sugar fries? The really good sugar fries that I want in my mouth real bad?
sugar fries? What are you talking about?
Have you never been to Wingstop?
No.
Their fries, the seasoning on it has like 2 tablespoons. I know the recipe because I've made it. Yeah, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then you got some paprika and some salt and some pepper and some of something else that I don't have, so I don't put it in it. And so then you just sprinkle your fries with that, and holy shit, it's so good.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, I'll have to try it. I'm afraid to go places, so maybe I should just make
They
those.
can, like, they have delivery, and
Mm.
like you order online, and then you just like wait outside and they'll get your name and
Wingstop.
Wingstop.
Let me do a quick Google. Maybe we got it near us. Well, boys, let's see. Find location.
I didn't think through the fact that I don't want to eat chicken wings on stream when I brought them in here to eat at this time.
Wait, was your plan to eat them? You're like, I don't want to eat them now?
I don't want to eat them in front of people. I don't know why.
That's
'Cause
okay.
they're
Messy.
I'll eat these though. Oh no! It's fine. It's fine.
Party
Did you save
foul.
them?
Got it. I saved it.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Did you
Nobody
get-
saw that.
Those are
Did you-
stoner reflexes.
Did you get
How's your
chicken
elbow?
juice on your arm?
Chicken
No,
juice? What do you... Okay. You bringing juice back, Keebz?
I am. I'm bringing it back.
Bring juice back. That sounds weird too. Bring juice back. Everyone starts saying juice more.
Do you even juice, brah?
No. No, I don't. I don't juice. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lurk. No.
So you got wings. Are those your 2 favorite snacks? Did you like bring them to show?
Yes.
I'm serious.
And I finished my chocolate milk.
Yum.
I don't know that or chips. Okay, people might judge me, but barbecue like ruffled Lay's.
Of course.
And then you just like dip it into cream cheese.
Cream cheese. I never really thought that, but that's a good snack combo.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be
Holy
savory
fuck.
and
Yeah.
a little bit of salt. I'm going
And
to do
then
it.
the cool, like it's gotta be cold cream cheese.
Yeah. The duality.
But wait, isn't cream cheese so thick that it would break the chip?
That's why you get the ruffled Lay's because they're
Yeah.
more structurally sound.
Okay,
Yes.
but like what kind of
This is
cream
science.
cheese
You
are
don't
talking
you don't
about?
get like the block of cream cheese because that's
Right.
for baking and so it's thicker.
Yeah,
You get the
But if you
spread.
get the little one in the
yeah,
spread,
the spreading one.
you,
But
can,
still,
you don't like gouge in. You have to like gently scrape the top.
all right.
Yeah, otherwise you're eating too much cream cheese.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you just need like a little bit on the end.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's how I do it with Nutella and wheat thins. That's just dope.
Exactly.
Mm.
To be honest, you do need like something other than the wheat thin. Nobody's... If you're eating straight wheat thins, I'm like, what else you got? You know what I mean?
I do that. I
Wait,
do
you
that.
do? You eat straight
I
wheat
do.
thins?
I love straight wheat thins, but I love wheat thins and Nutella.
Okay, when you say straight what? Straight wheat thins? Wow, my mouth is having a hard time saying that. Do you use do you have them like completely plain or is it like the flavored ones?
Plain.
Wow.
I'm a basic bitch, Konky. God.
That's right. I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for judging you on that one. You need dips.
But to be fair,
What about,
I
like,
don't eat
hummus
it
and
that
stuff?
often.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
hummus is alright. I will dip wheat thins in anything, but if I don't have anything to dip it with, I'll fuck around with some wheat thins. I don't care. I'm brave, you know, whatever.
It could be other snacks. Like, you know, I don't know. People have preferences. I don't have mine's like tortilla chip everything. And we have a store that has like buffalo blue cheese dip. That shit
Ew.
doesn't last long.
Blue cheese. Ugh.
No blue cheese?
No blue cheese.
That's okay. I didn't really like blue cheese for a little bit, but I warmed up to it. Cuz it's like chunks instead of like wait, probably you don't like the sneaky cheese part. Cool, you cool?
I don't like the word chunks.
Oh,
with
got it.
association with food. It sounds real gross.
I want to be like I want to apologize for saying it, but jeez. I'm just gonna say this, okay? This is the last time I'll say it, so we can move past it. Blue cheese, it's like chunks.
So gross.
Yeah.
My selling point.
Ew.
Like
You'd buy
food
that blue
shouldn't
cheese.
Be chunky is gross.
What, cheese?
No, like cheese shouldn't be chunky.
Do you, so
Okay,
what do
I
you
have to
what does the
disagree.
word chunky mean to you?
Spoiled milk.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. I never
Yeah.
had that. Chunky milk? Ew, dude. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
nasty.
accidentally drank spoiled milk once. And like literally, if I didn't
That's all it
drink out
takes.
of that milk the day before, it's, you know, the smell test. And you go in thinking this is going to be spoiled. And it's not. But that one time, nope.
Yeah. I've been very fortunate in my life to not have that happen. But anytime somebody explains it, it's definitely a traumatic experience. I can't even imagine. It's like when you go to eat something and like the taste is not what you planned on eating, but it's like, even if it was good, you're like, what? Like your brain.
Yeah.
That jarring thing, like it could easily, that's traumatic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paired with no, I'm good.
Mm-mm.
It's like,
I
It's like all
understand.
those fake cake shits going on. We were talking about this last night. I'm like,
The
I'm
cake?
sorry,
Oh,
but
the
if you
cake
put
meme.
like a fucking savory looking pizza in front of me and I bite into it and it's fucking cake, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be real mad.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's traumatic.
But then my friend Rob's like, but we could do it on somebody that was high, and I was like,
That's
then they
even
would
worse.
just think they would think they were God, like, you know, changed
Yeah.
in water to wine, but like
That's the dream.
pizza to cake.
Could you imagine? That'd be actually a really elaborate prank if you like had so many things set up like cake. You're like, dude, catch this. Is this cake? And then it's like actually cake.
That would be
You would
nuts.
freak somebody out. There's a game show that it makes me think of in Japan where they like replace one thing in the room with chocolate.
Yeah, people are like biting on door handles.
Yeah.
I want to be on that show.
Yeah. Keebz,
You
you've
might
never seen
chip a
that?
tooth. No,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
like
want to.
yeah, it's there's a gif of it. There's like a really good gif of it. It's just some dude and he's like really close to a doorknob and he's like smelling it and shit, and then he just goes up and he like delicately like bites the end and it falls off and he looks at the camera. He's like, it's chocolate. Like he doesn't say it, but it's in his face, you know? So it's a show where they put him in like a furniture, like regular looking room, and one of the things in the room is made out of chocolate and they have to find it and like bite it or something.
Konky, can you make a show like that, but on Twitch?
I would love to. I just don't have the budget, man. I got a lot of good
Okay.
ideas for shows. Adult
Okay,
Swim.
so
hit
what
me
if
up.
we start a GoFundMe account for this, and then Ghoul and I come and we try and do this crazy show with you? That would be dope as fuck.
I feel like we're just taking you another show though.
I mean, is anything original anymore, Konky?
Sure.
And is anything like
there's
that
not a
on
lot.
Twitch, Konky?
No, no.
So technically it is original,
No.
so it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, it hasn't been on Twitch before, so it's original. Got it.
Yeah, it's original to Twitch, all right? That's how this works.
That's how this works. I forgot. These tangents, man, these are great. So we talked a little bit about your snacks. We talked a little bit about how you guys got introduced. Do you guys have any like favorite experiences related to cannabis? Like things that like are distinct that you remember?
Any what?
Distinct experiences with cannabis. Like something that otherwise would have been a completely normal thing, but was enhanced because you just happen to be indulging.
I have not quite that, but like
Okay.
something where this wouldn't have happened
Happened.
without
This is the show where we
Without
say things
cannabis?
weird.
So when I went to San Diego, I think no, not for TwitchCon, but for a convention like beforehand. My uncle recently moved down to San Diego, and I think the last time I saw him I was probably like 14. And we had only had a couple visits before that, and so in his mind I was, you know, annoying little me, who I guess he had a grudge against since I was 3 when he
Wow.
babysat me, and he told me like to eat my food and I said no, and he told me like, you were just a butthead of a kid. I'm like,
What?
you've been holding that against me since I was 3 years old.
It's such a weird thing to like hold against somebody. Like you eat your food.
Yeah. So
Parents
we're hanging out.
Older people are weird, dude. Can we just confirm, like, that's a fucking thing? There are some people you talk to, you're like, you're a fucking adult? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just they got quirks.
Yeah. But anyway.
So we started like we were gonna hang out for a little bit, and then his daughter was there, and she also had an image of me, a little kid. And he was pretty like formal, like we were kind of held back because it's like, you know, okay, this is my uncle, this is my niece, until somehow I brought up weed, and he was like, "Do not tell your dad, but I still smoke too." And we just bonded over marijuana, and we looked up, and I was like, "Is that a party bus? There's a cannabis leaf on the outside. Let's go look." And we walked up, and it's a bus that will pick you up wherever you are, drive you to the dispensary, and then bring you back and drop you off where they picked you up.
What?
The future.
So I convinced my uncle and my cousin to get on this bus with me, and we went and bought weed, and then we got high together, and he told me I'm his favorite niece. And
That's awesome.
now we bond, and like we would not have at all connected like that if it wasn't for somehow us realizing both of us smoke weed.
Yeah. Me and my sister had sort of that like renaissance where I found out she had been smoking, and I got on like the boat super late because, like I said, I thought, you know, it could kill you.
Yeah.
That's when the DARE program was super effective. I was like, it's just like cigarettes, you're gonna die, Peter. He's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And I didn't. I felt that's actually like, I felt like I was betrayed. I was like, you guys lied to me. And then got super in there, and then super into it, and Christina and me bonded over that. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. Keebz, what about you? You got like a specific story that you think of when I ask you that question related to like significant experiences?
Honestly, the only experience I can think of when you ask that is I went to Pride one year with 2 of my friends, and we got blitzed in the park, and all I remember is just saying, like, looking up and just being, what a great day to be high in the park.
Yes.
And then just sitting on a swing for 2 hours and looking at the lake. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
That's awesome. And mine was I feel like one I can always tell the gorilla story, but like that's super psychedelic and elaborate. But one of my favorites is I was just I used to hang out with my friend Peter on the weekends, and me and him were best friends. And like, instead of going to high school and like bonding with everybody at my school, I had like a group of 6 dudes that I was in a band with, and like we were just super close for like the entire like high school like situation. So, and Peter I'd known since 1st grade, so like we were just homies, like brothers, you know. And I would go over to his place, and we would, like, his mom would be working late, and then we would go down and smoke, and then come back up and play Sega or like PlayStation or whatever. But there was a moment where I was walking back up, and I noticed that like, I don't know, it's super weird to explain it, but like, I'm sure you guys can probably relate. There have been multiple moments in my life where like I've just been super self-aware of like my physical space of where I'm at, and like really thinking about like my experience in the place, whether it's like a history or whatever. And I'm like, it's so crazy. I was just talking out loud to Peter. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I'm really thinking about this, and like I'm super thankful to be here with you, because like when you're, I don't know what it was. It was the first time, the first one of those. It's those moments where like the fucking brakes stop and nothing matters, but like right there in that moment. And I was just like, dude, it's so crazy to me that like I've been here so many times, and like whenever I'm coming up the stairs, like since like 1st grade, I would come to this house. The expectation that like when I was here, I knew I was gonna have a great time, and it was just simply like walking up the stairs and remembering the sounds and how the lights worked and like all that stuff. Because sometimes my mom would like drop me off, and it's like, dude, I don't think I ever would have thought of this without any sort of like external factor, which is weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it's such a cool feeling.
Yeah. Like it's a connection thing. I don't. I guess appreciation is probably the best word. It like unveils a little bit of the blueprint in which like we all exist, you know. And once you get that peak, it's like really, I don't know. It can be really beautiful if you really pay attention to it. A lot of this can sound like super woo woo stuff, but anybody who's indulged in this, I feel like has a very similar feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, am
Cannabis
I
is dope.
super high though, or did like somebody come in and give Keebz a beer and then leave? Am I like
Maybe.
Yeah,
that happened, right?
That did happen. Yeah, that did happen. It's different. Like I was brought this Yingling Flight, and I've never had it before, and I tried it, and it tastes like Bud Light, and I don't know how I feel about that flavor. It's not. I don't know.
Would you like fucking
I
Bud
don't know.
Light, bro?
I know. I mean, like, okay, listen.
I'm
My
not a
girlfriend
fan.
is a beer junkie, so like, not junkie, nerd. So like, she hates Bud Light, but I don't mind it. She's not here. She can't. I mean, she's
Oh,
here,
she
but
is.
She's not. Oh, I know
She
she's here, but
judges.
she's not in the voice chat, so she can't pop off right now. But I'm gonna just say it. Bud Light's alright. Coors Light's better than
gonna-
Bud Light.
Invite her to the
Yingling's
call real
better.
fast.
No, don't do it. She'll pop off.
Pop off.
hmm
If I had to choose the shit beer that I'd have to drink, it'd probably be like Coors Light, but I would rather not. I feel like I would rather not. Yeah,
That's why
Yingling's
it
from
tastes weird.
Life's too short for crappy beer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Especially when it's so widely available. And I'm a fucking cheap date. I'm like $14 tab, but boy, just 2 beers and how much is my tab? Sir, calm down. I'm a fucking
We're
lightweight,
gonna have
dude.
to cut you off.
Yeah. Can I get my tab? I'm like, dude, you've been here for like 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those I'm super fascinated by the enhancing like process, I guess, of cannabis. Like I use it primarily to like augment my experience. Like I don't know, I don't overindulge unless I'm in like a completely comfortable environment. But I like using it and then like working out or like I don't know. Have you guys ever done like yoga after smoking or no?
Mhm.
No, I don't have any coordination while I'm sober. I would fall over.
But you think, but imagine like realizing the fabric of space and time. You know what I mean? If you're just like listening to directions, you'd be surprised. Like that's what I do. I just like pop them in and it's just like, sit down. I'm like, okay, I'll sit down. Like nothing else exists. I literally just like follow instruction and then everything just like disappears. I think that's probably my favorite thing is like the introspective portion. Like music is like that, but I can't. Yeah. I'm going to need to like borrow a playlist. Cause for me, I have like, oh, I'm in a mood. And then I'll have like an album that I listen through.
Just literally hit me up on your mood, and I'll be like, got you.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think I have just one of your high playlists. And
Yeah,
as I was listening to it, I was like, this is it. This is perfect.
That's perfect.
I literally built your playlist high, so I mean, you probably have like 2 playlists that are high. Most of my playlists I built high, so technically they're all high playlists, but I do have one specifically for smoking weed. So
specifically.
yes,
But
420 approved is a good one.
Wasn't there though like Meeting Mary?
Oh
Meeting
shit,
Mary?
yeah, I forgot. Oh my god, there is 2. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
the one that I
Nice.
listened to.
I have 420 approved that I built on 420, and then Meeting Mary. Yeah, that one's
Okay.
a good one. I forgot about that. Damn.
I just thought of what's coming. I ordered a pair of rollerblades.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very stoked about that shit.
Mm.
Cause that was a regular occurrence for me. Was like,
Rollerblading.
we're just gonna have a little schmoop, go for a scoot, and then it was. That's bliss, dude. Riding bikes safely on sidewalks, of course.
We don't have sidewalks.
We didn't have sidewalks. Mountains.
Mountains.
You had a mountain
Yeah.
bike and you rode in the middle of the road, or
Mhm.
then drove like down into the gutter and then back up on the road when a car came.
Whoa.
I couldn't rollerblade though, because if you fell when you went down the hill, you would just be falling for a really long time.
I can't even imagine, dude.
I've ate it on the bike, but
Oh my
that
god.
was okay.
Did you roll or what?
You just kind of skid.
Ow. Dude, that's no
Well,
joke
we're like,
though.
"Ugh."
I've slipped on some pine needles out here. Like, I don't know. That was one of my, I guess, worst injuries. I was booking it and I went off a curb and I hit some pine needles and I'm like, I'll be fine. I just went, poof, just the whole left side of my ass, just like raw. It was terrible.
Oh god.
That
Yeah.
hurt my butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my butt hurts for you.
Yeah. I was definitely like half crying, dude. It was so bad. I was like, oh.
I'm like clenching the cheeks thinking about
The
that.
shower was the worst, especially when you got to soap and clean it. Cause like, dude, that thing, my shorts were fucked up. It was terrible.
My butt could clench any harder. Oh.
Yeah. And skating back home was also worse because you were like,
Oh no.
the whole thing is just like pulsating. Jesus Christ. That was probably the worst I've ever ate it though. Yeah. That was a long time ago. I skated for like more than half my life, and then I just stopped. It was like around the time people were getting into skateboarding, and then like the term fruit booter was thrown around, and it was like, you're still rollerblading, bro. And then I tried skateboarding and couldn't do that. I gave up.
Okay. Wait. Did you guys ever watch? I know this is a very big segue,
Go for
but
it.
did you ever watch like suddenly on the Disney Channel for like 5 years? Like skateboarding and rollerblading were the thing.
Oh yeah, you
And there
remember
was, like, a
Brink?
Disney Channel original Brink. That's what it was called.
Pup and Suds, yeah.
Love that
Why
movie.
does that sound
Yeah.
so familiar?
Johnny Tsunami.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
What
just
about
love that
Rocket Power?
like one time.
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power.
Squid. Dude.
No. What?
No.
What?
Squid.
No, they call him the Squid. They call him the Squid. That's the new
Oh!
guy. Yeah. Not the show.
I
Sorry, I
thought that
said
was
it like it was
another
a
show.
show. Yeah. Remember the show Squid, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? I got
At
into
least you know we
rollerblading
aren't
because
lying
of
to you.
have you guys ever seen the show? It was a really old show. It was called Street Sharks.
That's. Hold on.
It's
I
on
need a
Netflix
picture.
right now, but it's these teenagers get injected with shark DNA and then they become jawsome.
Yes, I remember this. I remember for some reason there's one episode I watched of this, and there was like they had like this really salty popcorn, and for some reason
Yes!
I associate the salty popcorn
What?
with every pop. Yeah, I don't remember what you remember what I'm talking about, Ghoul?
Yeah.
The salty popcorn. I don't remember what it is, but I link
What
it
the
to
fuck are you
popcorn.
talking about?
It's like,
I know what I'm gonna watch on Netflix after this.
It's not fun, but it is. I think that's
It's gonna be
that's
fun.
that is the that's the terrible thing that I've seen that's like was intended to be badass. Because it was the entire
Oh,
intention
yeah.
of that show was to sell toys, and they were fucking badass. Like, I don't know why they like literally. It's all in the first episode. They turn into sharks, and then one of them still keeps his rollerblades on, and he was the cool one because he was the tiger shark.
I found it. I found the popcorn scene.
The popcorn scene.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need permission to post?
Yes, please. I clipped it right at the time where he grabs the popcorn.
And how you can apply it to yourself, unless you have, you know, like, I don't know, creative writing or like something where you have a click. Some people have like that sort of bond with a subject, you know what I mean? Like some people really fucking love arithmetic or whatever it is, or physics. Like that happened to me like super late in life because of an awesome teacher. But it's just, I feel like that's where it would be very proactive. Like a lot of education around just like understanding yourself could prevent this from like being in society on a regular basis. Then there's a whole separate conversation about like paying our teachers more and having them actually like educated to like tell us stuff and take care of them. It's hard, dude. That's a hard problem. I think about like behaviors like that when we were talking about it. I was automatically thinking about like the symptom of the behavior, like what that is. Like it's so crazy because you can't just go from 32-year-old man who's like misogynistic and asshole. Like there's ingredients to that, and like maybe it's shitty parents or whatever, but I feel like a lot of it we could be, if we were given the tools, like literally like packets of like, here's a folder of useful information for you to read about yourself. like your body and how it works and all that stuff. Like that would have been really cool back then. And we got fucking phones like that do 3D body parts and shit. And like, there's literally like a human anatomy thing you can download on your phone. Just like look inside of yourself. And like, that's my fucking organ right there, dude. I don't know.
Back in my day, we didn't have your fancy 3D phones.
Same.
Yeah.
Dude, I was sitting in VR chat. Okay, I've been playing VR chat and just trying to have conversations with people. And I was playing a game of Chutes and Ladders and having a full-on conversation in 3D as a hot dog. With like I'm a hot dog character, and I'm just like, this is your version of AOL AIM Instant Messenger. Like, but
I miss those
a
days.
bigger level of that. I don't know. I felt so old, guys.
Did you play Habbo Hotel?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
I was very
never mind,
inexperienced
I
on
just
the.
aged myself.
Is it Habbo Hotel?
And then there was another one that Coke came out with that was better than Habbo Hotel, but Coke got rid of it. It was called Coca-Cola Avenue, and you could make your little character, and you could go to work and get bottle caps to buy furniture for your room and make it look really fucking cool and get new clothes and shit. Way better than Habbo Hotel. But
Whoa, this is like
Coke
The
got rid of
Sims.
It was before Sims was a like real bit. Well, I mean, Sims was a thing, but it was like before. You remember? Did you play Sims Online? Because that was just a fucking hot mess. I played it for a day, and I was like, everyone just wants to woohoo. I'm gonna go back to normal Sims.
The way to be.
I don't have my sister was super into Sims. I feel like a lot of people had like a Sims obsession for a period of time. Like if you came in contact with it and you had access to it, like how could you not?
It was so
I
good.
think
You
I
could play
played
God.
Habbo Hotel.
Yeah?
Oh shit.
Wow.
This is so familiar.
I had like 4 girlfriends. I would like request on Habbo Hotel Radio like songs for them and be like, hey baby, that song's for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I had sugar mamas like crazy. They like decorated my room for me. It was great.
Damn, you were living the life in Habbo Hotel.
I was.
I've never even heard of this.
It was a wild time. I had no friends IRL,
was the Wild
so,
West.
you know.
Yeah, for me, I was super like, I don't know. The way I started operating around like my late teens or whatever, or I was exposed to the whole internet and everything like super late in the game. Like I think I was like 15 or 16 or some shit when I remember like being online and like that being a thing. Most of the time it was just like consoles. Like my connection to electronics was always through video games. I had like an N64 for a while. We had like some games we played on the computer, like putt-putt and shit when we were younger, or backyard baseball.
Oh, I have a copy of Backyard Hockey.
There you go. Yeah.
So these were literally my favorite fucking games.
Yeah.
I loved them as a kid.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had backyard hockey. That's awesome. I would have gravitated towards that for sure. Man. Yeah, but super late in the game. Yeah, with the whole internet thing. But yeah, circling back, like I don't know. That was just if you're just left with the whole internet, because we've been literally that's what happens is like here's the internet. Good luck. Like there's no direction at all. Like for anybody, it's just when you get exposed to it, figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a whole nother weird thing too. Because if we didn't have like. I mean, Google's one thing, right? Google, you can just literally type question after question and figure things out. And I think that's amazing. But I don't know. When I'm thinking about like the trajectory of what happens when you give a kid an iPhone, like they gravitate towards games or something like super simple like that. And I wonder how much is that as like a parental thing or porn? Yeah, because, well, sexuality is in human nature. Like it's just, well, not everywhere, I guess, but it's just like a drive. I don't know. I feel like mostly when you're a teenager, I feel. Wait, Ghoul.
Hi.
You were making a joke about Zac Efron. You're like, is this what sexual attraction is like?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Because I don't. Oh my god, I can't remember what I'm trying to segue into. I'm putting you on the spot, so I'll stop. You joke about it all the time. God damn it.
Being asexual?
Yes. God damn it.
I mean, you say being sexual is a human trait, but it didn't really hit for me except for last night. I think I don't know. Weird.
Oh, that's what I was
God.
trying to segue towards. Wait, so was teenage life for that like? Was it completely different for you when you were a teenager?
I'm assuming so. Like I don't understand what it was like for everyone else.
Okay.
Like I've never looked at
So
somebody even then and wanted to see them naked. I don't necessarily find the naked form to be anything to be like woo about.
Okay. But what
Like, I
about
can
Zac
find
Efron?
people- I don't want to see him naked.
Oh, he's just
Maybe I guess that's clears it up for me. I like sexual attraction and sexual arousal are different things.
okay.
So you don't like have to, it's not like you don't have both. So it's maybe like his confidence in himself and like everything he was doing, that's just very attractive. It's like
Yeah.
rugged.
You're talking about body language.
But like yeah.
yeah.
But there's still absolutely no desire. Like I don't care.
Interesting.
It made, I mean, my life was a lot easier where at prom all the girls were crying and all their dates were my best friends. And I was like, hey, you want to go on and dance? They're like, okay. I had
Okay.
the best time at prom.
That's I can't even imagine not having that burden of like emotions going about. Like seriously? That sounds amazing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you got to see everything objectively. There was no like emotional filter that you were like seeing the world through. And it was not about like wanting to fuck anybody in like territory or anything like that.
I genuinely could not understand, and now I understand why I could not understand. When like my friends kept breaking up and getting back together with their boyfriends or with their girlfriends and like cheating on them and sleeping with somebody else, and I'm just like, but why? Why do you want to have sex with two people? And now I'm kind of like, oh, I get it.
I get it. That's awesome though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so hearing me talk about this shit is like weird. But you were aware of it. You were aware of how crazy people were like during those times. Like high school times. It was pretty obvious. I don't know, man. Angsty teenagers? Come on. Me and Keebz were angsty, I think.
I can see that.
I know I was angsty.
Keebz, you had the straight hair thingy. I've seen the
did.
pictures.
Yeah, you
I
have.
used to
That's
straighten my
nice.
hair too.
Hold on, I gotta address this one thing. Hey, Hog, I'm very taken, so calm down.
I was gonna type.
Do I need to
it
remove
just-
somebody?
He's been first. He went after Lurk a little while ago, and now he's like coming for me.
Shut up! I'll drop you. Shut the fuck up, dude. Literally nobody wants you to be like that. Go away. Being an asshole and creepy.
Oh, Shadowhawk? That's what you guys were saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for telling me. Yeah, if you guys I'm gonna give you okay, so I want to just I saw like a brief bit of when the conversation started, and when there was like a slight misunderstanding, because I mean this happens a lot. I'm sure you guys have experienced this too, where something like is taken out of context.
Mhm.
Like somebody takes something out of context, like there's not enough, literally it's just nobody typed enough words to explain what they were saying, and somebody took like offense to it.
Mhm.
And I know Shadowhawk typed like a quote. I think it was Shadowhawk, or I can't
Lurk
remember.
typed-
Lurk typed a quote, and they went like popped off at Lurk,
Okay,
and
okay.
then Lurk tried to explain it, and
Yeah.
then yeah.
You use quotes. Yeah, I saw that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you're I know you're listening right now because I just gave you 8 hours. I assume that something triggered you and you just went off trying to like, set an example or explain something, but we're all friends here, all right? Oh my goodness. Thank you guys if you guys see anybody, like, again, I'm my own mod, so if you see anything that warrants my attention, we've been kind of swept up in conversation, just let us know. Do you guys want to get into questions? Because I have a queue.
Sure.
Yeah. Did I need to answer?
No, I assumed you were on
Okay.
board.
I did like
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so our first question is from Dead Wilson. He says, my question is, why do you have an echo on your voice? God damn it. I fixed it. Thanks, guys, for that.
But like, why did you? You don't have to answer.
I don't know. Sorry. Okay. Next question. Christina. What is your preferred method of consuming cannabis? Jesus. I like eating it. I like a lot of different ways. If I have to choose like a preferred method, if it's like an everyday thing, it's a vaporizer. Just because I feel
It's like my little one hitter. Not
Yeah.
too much, not too little.
cool.
I like my vape pen. It's somehow easier on your throat
I
than
agree.
like a bong or a pipe.
I feel like a bong is just like, you can't measure with that. You know what I mean?
No, whatever happens, happens.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember like, I've gone a lot of periods of times where like I do a bong hit, I'm like, I'm not doing it again. And then I like a few years go by and then I'm like, oh, goodbye. It's cool. And then it's not cool. It's never cool. I get like the hot throat. And then the first time you cough and then you try to say something, there's more smoke coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're coughing and then you're like, okay, my head. And then it's just like a fucking, it's like everything's in your face and your head.
The first time I puked from smoking was because I way overdid the bong.
Yeah, that sounds about
I
right.
made a mistake.
Yeah. You can't fill your lung capacity with that shit. There are some people, can we just all agree that there are some people who do some crazy shit and I'm just like, I don't even know how that's even possible. Like full bong rips and shit, or like seeing somebody do like a dab rig. Like, have you guys ever done one of those?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's not fair. They're like, okay, just a little bit. It's essentially you use a blowtorch and you heat up a titanium nail that sits inside a bowl, and then you heat up that specific nail with the torch, and then you drop the dab, which is concentrated THC, onto the nail, and then it smokes, and then you inhale, like you bring it into a bubbler and do it like a bong. It's super concentrated. It's so dangerous.
I have the dab stuff,
Oh,
but I didn't have the thing. So mine was like crumbly. So what I did was I was putting it, like I sprinkled it on top of the weed in my bong.
oh my god.
Sometimes I made joints and I would layer it.
Okay, I do that
Do
with
what you gotta
Keef. Little
Yeah,
Keef on
I did
top.
that with Keith, yeah.
Yeah, Keef. That's the way to do it.
It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
bongs are those are nuts. I feel like I've had my first experience that I can recall that was really wild was like, I thought my brain was like, I understand what you're saying, but why are you talking British to me? And then I was just like laughing. I was just incoherently laughing. I was like, you're why are you British? And they're like, I don't know what's happening. And I laughed it out. But edibles are probably like the worst for me in terms of the I guess the craziest it's been.
Really?
Yeah. They're hard to dose sometimes.
Well, you just drink orange juice to level it out.
Does that work?
That's what I've been told.
You drink orange juice to level yourself out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If you eat an edible, like, because of the sugars.
Really? Let's look up this right now.
I thought that was a thing. I was pretty sure that was a fucking thing.
Is this like
I've
my
told
whole
so-
you can't puke thing? Like
No,
that it's
I've
wrong?
literally been told this, and I've told other people this, and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and I've never heard a complaint about it, even though I've never experienced it myself. Because when I eat an edible, I don't feel anything. The
You
only
don't
thing
feel
that I've
anything?
done- I don't know. I haven't had enough edibles to like really get a vibe for it, but like bongs fuck me up and I'm not a fan. So I just stick to like joints and blunts and pipes.
Okay, that's it's the opposite. So don't drink orange juice if you're
Oh, okay. So
it's because well, I guess it's for mangoes specifically. They contain a terpenoid myrcene, which has shown the ability to enhance and prolong the effects of THC.
That would explain why I never heard from them again. Got it.
They just went to the abyss, dude.
Sent them to the shadow realm. Oops.
I do like edibles now, but like back when you just had to figure out what you needed to, like you were just like, we make, cannabis butter, and you just toss it into the batter, and you're like, well, this is all from literally we've just saved all our vaporized. I don't know if you guys have your own weed terminology, but we call them poop. It's poop. It's just weed poop. It's like the vaporizer used the weed, but you can still keep it and reuse it for butter if you want in your legal states. And yes, I did try the cookies. They were delicious, Christina. Yeah, you're good luck. That first I remember my first 420, we did that. We had cupcakes and I couldn't lay down on my bed because my body felt like it was vibrating and levitating in the air.
I can't do that. I don't like feeling like I'm vibrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the danger when it's not dose. Like, I like going to the dispensary and being like, this is what I know what 5 milligrams feels like. I know what 10 milligrams feels like. And I know what 20 milligrams feels like. And I don't need any more than that.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I always feel like such a weakling whenever I talk to people about edibles. And they're like, yeah, I don't eat much. I usually only have like 70 milligrams at once. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I once accidentally bit off 40 milligrams thinking that it was just like one each. And I called into work the next day because I woke up very high.
Yes. That was us post 420. We made these cupcakes. My body's vibrating. I'm like laying down on the ground. All my friends who were there threw up, like, because they were so like fucking dizzy.
No.
And then the next day we were like, oh no. Like, imagine waking up completely baked out of your mind. You cannot prepare for that. Also, the cotton mouth, the worst I've ever had. Ever.
Did you have no balance? Because I woke up and promptly fell into the wall.
Yeah, I tried to like, it felt like I had, I don't know how to explain it. It was like half my body was awake and the other half was still like getting acclimated to being a person. That's how I would explain it,
like a baby giraffe that was just born trying to walk.
Yeah, everybody's seen that documentary where they come out and they're like wibbly wobbly. Yeah Keebz, you know what we're talking about.
You guys are really selling edibles to me. I'm just saying.
They're wonderful, but after a certain threshold, it's like it's not the same. And maybe you're
not sponsored, but these ones tell you exactly how much is on each square.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the best thing about legalization.
They're tasty.
You don't like having control?
No, I like feeling control. So like if I feel like since I don't have a lot of experience with edibles, I wouldn't feel in control and then I would have a panic attack.
Most likely.
So the downside with edibles is if you eat any of it and then like 30 minutes later you decide I don't want to be high,
you're fucked.
It's too late.
Yeah.
That's the time that I ate all of that stuff and called into work. I made myself throw up after I realized how much I ate.
Oh my god.
No.
And it had already gotten into my system.
Oh no.
So damn. So you're throwing up and you're high? It's like the worst, dude. Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Because you're high enough to be brave and do it. You know what I mean? Like there's no question. You're like, I'm gonna do it.
At least
I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't thrown up. I would probably still be high.
So Keebz, have you oh sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least with this, like I know in 2 hours I'll be sober and I'm okay.
Sure. Okay,
So,
yeah.
like,
It's not this. There's like a literal psychedelic compound that your body produces when you digest it versus like when you smoke it, and it's like kind of psychedelic. Like I'm not gonna get into the story, but essentially I met a gorilla in a sensory deprivation tank experience, where like I took an edible, I took an Uber to like the float tank like things that they have in some areas. We have a really great place out here, but the fucking lost my train of thought. But anyway, yeah, I took this edible and I'm like, I get out of the car and you know how like when you leave somewhere and you're like really baked and you enter into a new space, like that feeling of like oh, I am somewhere else. Like that's literally what happened when I left the car. I get in the sensory deprivation tank and I have this like really psychedelic vision of me like flying over a desert and I see a green spot and then I meet a gorilla there. I know it's weird. It's fucking weird, okay?
That's wild.
But a lot of that
I was like, did I mishear? And then your story just kind of like went on and didn't get back to the gorilla, and I thought that I was crazy.
No.
Okay.
I that's the vision. Like, imagine a VR experience where you're flying through a desert and then you land in a jungle and you meet a gorilla and you find something, like he gives you something. That's where, I don't know, the name Konky, the reason why I decided to keep Konky was because I used to be Konky Dong 64 and that was gorilla themed. And that was like a really big part of my life, was that cannabis edible and like meeting myself that was the gorilla. It was super interesting.
That's
but
wild.
yeah, but that's because I was in a sensory deprivation tank. You're like literally in a comfortable tank and the water's the same temperature as your skin and you float. So you're completely buoyant and you just like relax. You got earplugs in, all that stuff.
Is that like a common thing where you are?
There's a few places out here, yeah.
I feel like that's not a common thing here.
Maybe not. You'd be surprised though. I mean, they used to be only in Colorado and LA.
Is it float tanks?
Yeah, just float tanks. Yeah.
Holy shit, there's some in Georgia.
There you go. Yeah.
Medical spa. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do.
But yeah, that was I mean, I don't know, that feeling of that's a completely different feeling. I don't think anybody could do that if they're in the physical space or whatever. But I'm thinking about There you go. If you guys want tips, I can let you know. Like the hard part about the spas and stuff is depending on where you go, they may not provide enough instruction, and there's like some really small things that like really make the experience a lot more easy for anybody trying to get into it.
Couldn't I just go to a pool and float on my back?
It's not the same because yeah, it's not sound. I guess technically it's soundproof because you're in the tank, but you wear earplugs. And as far as like floating goes, like you're completely buoyant because they put 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in there. And since the tank is enclosed and there's a heater in the tank, it brings the temperature of the water to match your skin temperature. So what starts to happen is once the water settles, which is really quickly, you just lay back and relax and you can sleep or like look up or something or fucking have a interesting experience. You know what I mean? If you pair it with anything else. Not advocating this. This is just a past experience I'm sharing. But yeah, so you're completely buoyant and then your skin, the way I explain it is like, if you can relax enough, you start to feel like all those weird parts in your body that you're like, why am I tense there? And you just kind of like relax. And then the last part's like your head. Because it's a defense mechanism. You're in water, so you're kind of like you're tilting your head up so you can like fully keep your mouth above the water. But when you relax, you realize that it just comes to your chin. And then there's this like warm veil behind you, like a warmth that comes from behind you where the tank is. And you just slowly relax into it, and then it becomes nothing. It's a very weird space to be. You just like are literally become thought, is the way I would explain it. And the hard part is like keeping your mind in track when you're in there, because like you're not listening to anything, so your brain's like going through the file, and it's like, what's this? Are you worried? How long are we in here? And it's like twitch arm, and you're like, fucking what the hell? Like your brain like tries to keep you like present, but if you can relax into it, it's absolutely wonderful. I think it's something that everybody should try at least once.
As soon as quarantine's over, I'm gonna fucking try this.
Yeah.
So like in 2 years.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be trying this.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good timeline.
Mm-hmm. Or just get your own, you know?
Oh, I could do it in my bathtub. You think it would fit that much Epsom salt? Probably.
I don't know if that's good for your plumbing.
I would
It's
really
fine.
love for you to try this and tell us how it goes.
Hell, I'll do it. I'll make a stream out of it. I'll just wear a bathing suit. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Wait, can you wear a bathing suit on stream? That might be a Konkytalks. Maybe I'll just record it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like being in VR. Yeah, well, it's way different than VR because you have no stimulus to go off of. Your brain is literally like taking you wherever you want. And sometimes it's not even visual. Like for me specifically, I had a psychedelic experience because I was under the influence. I feel like that was a huge factor in that when I went floating. That was the craziest. But like, I guess I'm thinking about the feeling of being too high, like from an edible, and it's that like, have you guys ever been on like a roller coaster? It's that feeling in like your chest. Where you're like, you feel like you're going high. Like that's what it makes me feel like. That feeling in my chest has been like a constant present. I don't know if it's anxiety or what, but that like rush of like, this is too much.
Yeah.
And I did that. The funniest story I have about doing too much was because I was in Seattle and I bought legally, like at a dispensary, and I was like, I'll bring this chocolate bar back with me. I think I had like half a chocolate bar or something, which was like, I think it was like 50 grams or 50 milligrams like across. And I got super nervous because I was in security line, and I'm like, they're gonna fucking, like, I'm gonna get arrested.
Oh, no,
you know what I mean? So I ate the whole thing, and I was like, I ate the whole thing, and I was like, okay, I have like 45 minutes. Okay, if we get through security and we get on the plane and I sit down, that's it. That's the whole flight. And so I'm in security. I ate the whole thing. I threw, because they have that bin of like, throw your things away beforehand. I was like, yeah, okay, great. So I ate the whole thing, threw the garbage away, and then I went through security, and I'm like, okay, where's my fucking gate? And I'm like sitting in the terminal because I got there early, right? And we're about to board, and I'm starting to feel tingly like in my little tum, which is usually the first part. It's like a warmth that I would describe. Is like it comes from the inside out, and it's overwhelming if it's a lot. Yeah. And so I'm in line holding my bag, and I've got my hat and my hood up, and I swing my bag up, and I sit down, and I put the headphones in, and the last thing I remember like is when the plane's taking off. I swear to God, I was probably smiling like super big. I was like, like going up into the air, and then it was just like I teleported back to Chicago. It was crazy. I just put headphones in. I like smiled real big, I think, on the way up, like wee. Then just fucking once we leveled out, I was like, okay, and then I'm in Chicago. Super.
That's amazing.
Lovely.
It was. If it was any sooner, I would have been terrified. TSA is like the worst. I don't know about like, oh God. Especially if you're baked. I couldn't even imagine like interacting with an adult at a job that was supposed to help me or something. Like taking off your shoes and your belt and like everything and making sure everything's laid out in the tray properly so they're not like, hey, what bag is this? And I'm like, yeah, it's super stressful. Doing that baked, that's a nightmare, dude. No thanks.
Yeah.
Not even fun. Oh God. Do you guys have any like, I guess traumatic's probably not the best word. That's the worst. Do you guys have any silly stories related to cannabis that are, I guess, like bad? Maybe you were caught by your parents or something like that, or
I was never caught.
Sneaky.
But I had my first bong and almost last bong experience was a pretty terrible experience. I hate bongs now because of it. But
What
I was
happened?
I was with a friend, and they're like, hey, let's go over to this person's house and pick up some weed. And I'm like, all right. And we get over there, and they're like, Keebz, like, you should try this bong. I was like, I've never smoked out of a bong before. I'm like 18. And I'm like, they're like, just give it a whirl. Just, put your mouth here, light there, and then you just go wink. And then I'm like, all right. So I was
classic story of somebody providing instruction that knows you're gonna get fucked up. I hate that shit. It's irresponsible.
and like I was on swim team, so my lung capacity was like great, right?
Oh my
so
God.
like I'm taking like professional rips off of this thing. I'm like, I don't feel anything. They're like, hit it again. I'm like, all right. And so I hit it again. I remember standing there and I'm like, I feel nothing. And then I woke up on the couch
Lord.
to people trying to get my keys to go to Taco Bell. And I was like, no, 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 no. These are my keys. And then I drove myself to Burger King and went home and went to bed.
Nice.
Said fuck bongs after that.
Yeah, I'm never like pro bong. I'm not pro bong. What about you, Ghoul? Do you have like a, I guess like a bad like bad weed experience?
I mean, like, yeah, but it is bad, but I'll share it.
Okay.
I went to my best friend's apartment up in the hills, and they were having like a house party, and I was gonna spend the night. And it's mountain kids. It's not crazy. It's literally just people sitting out on the back deck smoking weed, and then people inside drinking. And the first
Crazy mountain kids.
That's all you did. And so I know the timeline exactly.
Okay.
So one kid at 4 a.m. went to bed in the room. So the rest of us everyone was smoking out front now, because to get to the back, you had to go through the back. So then we all file, we go to bed. I woke up at 9 a.m. to a beeping noise and like an orange light on the back patio. And I was like, the car is backing up. And then I realized, no, the forest is right there. So I moved the curtain and it was just orange because the entire wall was on fire on the outside.
What?
And so we think that somebody in the morning dropped their cigarette onto the couch that was on the boys' deck, and it caught fire. And like, we got everyone out. Their apartment burned down, and I had to have my dad come bring me the spare set of car keys. And I'm 90% sure that this is when my dad figured out that I smoke weed, because suddenly we look over and there's a fireman laughing as he pulls out a box of bongs from the apartment.
A box of bongs. I can explain.
Just a full box. And I was just like,
I love that, like, people love bongs so much that they would have a box of it. You know what I mean?
So many.
Yeah. So many bongs, dude. A box of bongs. Hashtag a box of bongs. My story is a little bit, I don't know, it involves two stories in one, I guess, but I'll keep it as short as possible. Basically, me and so the guys that I grew up with and we're best friends with and in a band with, we were hanging out in two separate houses. Me and my wait, hold on, let me pump the brakes because I'm gonna say it super confusing because my mind's going a mile a minute.
Oh god.
And it's not a SpongeBob meme, okay? Relax. God damn it. Okay. Me and my friends got caught by our dads the same night and didn't know about it until like a week later because we got in trouble. It happened on the same night in two different houses. Two dads. They both busted us, and then they called each other to talk about it, and they were like, dude, no way, when did you catch them? And it was the same day. So we all got caught on the same day. All my friends got caught by our dads. Hashtag two dads on the same day. On the same day. And mine was interesting because when I remember exactly how it happened. My mom was out of town, so that meant the boys are gonna smoke weed. And so we go into the backyard, and it's me and my friend Al. And I smoke. I hit the bowl that we had, and I pass it to him. And he inhales, and then my dad walks up. I'm like, okay. He's like, what are you guys doing? And I was like, you just, what are you gonna say? Smoke weed? I'm not gonna be honest. I just look what's happening. So he sees my weed. Al, my buddy Al puts down the bowl. He grabs both and just walks inside. And I'm like, he's gonna tell my mom, and we're gonna die. And I look back at my friend Al, who the entire time, when my dad walked up, I don't know what the time was, like how long my dad was there, but when he walked away, after like grabbing the bowl and saying, what are you doing? So maybe like, I don't know, 45 seconds. I look over to my buddy Al and he just exhales the biggest fucking cloud of smoke I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, and it wasn't cold. Like, it was like when you smoke outside when it's cold out, and it was that much. And I was like, dude, what? And so I walked to go after my dad, and my friend Al, I was like, dude, just go downstairs. I'll like talk to my dad and see if he won't tell on us or whatever. And so I'm super baked, and I'm trying to reason with my dad. And he's like, I can't believe you're smoking weed outside. I can't believe you're smoking weed outside. If your mother was home, she'd be so upset. You'd be dead probably, or something like that. And I was like, well, what would you rather have me do? Would you rather have me smoking cigarettes? And he goes, no. I was like, okay. And then I walked away. I didn't, like, it just didn't fully register. I didn't know what I didn't know what would happen. I thought I was going to have like some sort of exchange where I was like, weed is not as bad as cigarettes. And then there was like that common ground that he just like hit me with. And I was like, all right. And then I walked back downstairs.
I'm glad we have an understanding.
Yes, I'm glad we have an understanding. And then I go back downstairs in the basement. My buddy Al is got like the anxiety shivers. Like he's cold and it's not cold. And he's like, dude, your mom is going to kill us. Your dad's going to tell. And I was fine because I found out. You know what I mean? Like he was just I felt so bad. So it was just us hanging out, like playing games. And I was just like, dude, everything's fine. And he's like, what do you mean everything's fine? It was just so absurd what had happened. I told him and he was like, no, that's not real. Super weird. Yeah, poor Al. That was actually one of the you have those friends that you like kind of know how they are when they smoke. The more you do like anything with them, right? Mm-hmm. Gaming, eating, whatever. You just understand like their habits. And Al was one of those people. He's like, dude, I can't do it because I'm gonna get paranoid, like that we're gonna get caught or something. And I'm thankful that we're now in the state like where the state's legalized everything, and it's a lot more accessible, and it's just like normal. It needs to be like that for everywhere else.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's medicine.
It really
beautiful
do be
thing.
medicine.
And fuck the war on drugs. I know you're looking at this, Nixon.
Fuck off, boo.
Yeah. We got more questions. Hold on one sec. Oh, we went over our worst experience with cannabis. That was Gregor's question. And Madison said, aside from being high, feeling real nice, in what other ways do you feel cannabis has benefited you day-to-day life?
Anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't use it while at work, but on the weekends really helps with anxiety
I agree.
Yeah.
without having to take, anxiety medication.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is expensive
Yeah.
and not as fun.
And it can be addictive.
It can be addictive. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I think it helps me relax, that's for sure. I'm really a big fan of like the best thing about the legalization part is like the question related to like what am I getting is removed entirely. And I know it's not like that everywhere. Like, and I guess the best way to explain it is like there's defense mechanisms in the plant. So like if you were I've said this analogy before, so if you're hearing it for like the 100th time, I'm sorry. But it's like if you were a deer, right? Maybe in a past life you were a deer, and you found cannabis and you ate that plant. I mean, you would assume that it would have the same effects as, when you take an edible now. So what's going to happen? You're a deer. You don't have access to go to munchies and like get water on tap and shit. Like you have to go find the other food sources or water. And chances are water is probably the first thing because the cottonmouth, right? Like cottonmouth is like a defense mechanism of the plant. So you go find water, you drink it, you sober up, and you're like, where was that plant that I ate? I don't know what my sense of direction is. I don't know where I went. All I know is I instinctually went to water, and then the plant's gone. You know what I mean? And then it can grow back. That's how I imagine it. That's how I feel when I've smoked like wild bud. You just kind of like the sense. If it's too much, the sense of direction, like it doesn't fucking matter. Like north, south, east, west. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just melting into this couch. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Not that that's not bad either. But sorry, what
Yeah.
were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say it helps me with my pain. I have a lot of different pains. Like, I got really bad sciatica nerve pain
Ooh,
and knee pain.
sciatica nerve. Can you elaborate a little bit more? I've heard the term, but I don't know like what it would
Such
affect.
No, lady. It's like right next to your tailbone, and it's like, yeah.
Do you have a broken tailbone?
No. No, it's like a nerve that's like right next to your tailbone. It's like at the right above your butt.
Okay, top of the crack.
Yeah, so like if you're sitting down and it's hurting, it's not a fun time. Which
Yeah.
is, I was actually telling my stream this earlier today. Like this shit that these people sent me, Cannabis Blooms, like this shit like works. It takes the pain away, and like I can like sit longer, so I was actually able to stream longer. But usually I have to get up after like a couple hours and then like move around. Otherwise it's like so bad that like I can't sit. I have to go put a heat pad on or something because like it's bad. But this shit helps, so it's great. That's
good.
That's why I use it.
I'm wondering if you like a standing desk would probably be a good idea. Yeah.
Yes, but like I don't think it would work with all of my shit.
Oh,
on the
got it.
desk. Like I've
Okay.
got so much stuff. Unless I was able to only raise like this in my mouth.
Well, they have like
but-
small. You could like
can do that.
compartmentalize your room like more, or I mean, they make standing desks where like I don't know if that desk to your right where the mic is connected to, like if that's part of it, but they do make
It's all
curved
one
decks.
desk.
Yeah,
No,
they
so
make
they-
like they make them like that. Yeah.
You can get a tabletop thing that holds your monitors and your keyboard and then raises just those things up.
Yeah.
That's what my boss has at
Interesting.
work.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like a tray for your mouse and keyboard. Oh, what was the topic we had? Oh, what was the reason why we indulge in cannabis? I guess I'll go too. Wait,
We all went.
except me?
Yeah.
Damn it, I lost track. I'm the host. Yeah, for me, I like that it makes me present. I feel like it's very easy for me to be many places at once with my mind. It lets me just deal with my surroundings, like handle them immediately without having multiple thoughts and reasons and ways to handle it. It like lets me get out of my own way is the best way I could explain it. It feels like I get very easily like camera'd, I guess. Like I think about it like a video game where like I can see myself sometimes. And I'm like thinking about my positioning and how I'm talking and everything, and like that lens is turned on like on occasion. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Stop it. You know what I mean? Like you're not it's not I'm it's hard to
You're
explain.
less self-aware. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's almost like
Mm.
I'm dealing with the multiple realities of what a decision could make. It's ADHD is what it is. That's everything runs at me at once, and then the options that I have available to me are so bountiful that I like get swept up in which way I would like to do it. And then sometimes I'm just like, fuck that. It's way too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, that's I like that I get out of my own way. It's yeah, exactly. It gets toned down. It's like the volume gets turned down ever so slightly and everything's just like, "Oh, I'm here. Fuck. I forgot. I fucking forgot, dude." I was just looking at the clock and I was like, "Dude, I knew this fucking shit would happen." It's 10 o'clock. Tangents. This is fucking awesome though. You guys,
Yeah.
exclamation point couch in the chat. Make sure you're following Ghoul. Make sure you're following Keebz. Thank you guys for being on the show,
Thank you.
sharing your experiences, and going on tangents
Yeah.
with me.
It was a fun time.
Mhm.
Oh man, you ever just get hit by that like wave of like, oh man, it's late. That's what I just got hit by. That's when I realized it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. That, or I'm just like, I'll be sitting here streaming. I'm like, oh shit, I'm real high. Oh no. Oh no.
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
The sun's still out for me, so
Is it?
it's
Well,
not
Oh,
like-
yeah.
because you're in California. It's
It's 8
11 o'clock
PM.
here.
Yeah. Lucky. It's nighttime here. We're already like under
Ah.
rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that where you sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Patrick
It's kind
Star.
of like how you go
No,
into your
that's where
desk.
he lives.
Yeah.
We're talking about my desk like that. You don't know what you don't know what happens. There's snacks down there. Mm.
What other snacks do you have at your desk?
I don't think any.
Wait. Is your ironing board underneath your desk?
No.
Ooh, take us out with the ironing board demonstration. No, it's fine.
I'd have to get up, and if I get up, I'm just going to the couch.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I'm looking
Just
for somebody to
go
raid. Do you
back,
guys have
come back.
suggestions?
Let's see here.
I will take recommendations. I trust you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Did I miss any questions? Let me see if there's any more. Nope, we got them all. This is exactly what I wanted. This did feel like
Oh.
hanging out on the couch. It's okay, Zephyr. Also good to see you.
I have a new one.
Thank you guys for hanging out. I see there's a lot of follows. Thank you all. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you're following Keebz. Make sure you're following Ghoul. We'll see you guys later, okay? Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye, everyone.
Your hunks. Goodbye. We'll see you later.